Good afternoon, Spurs fans, or whatever time of the day it is when you're watching this. This is THFC Till I Die with a little history lesson regarding our upcoming opponents on Saturday, Everton FC. Now, Everton, as you may know, are a team that have never been relegated from the Division 1 or the Premiership. They've been there all their career, if you like, albeit with a couple of near misses in the last couple of seasons. And here's hoping we can push them towards another near miss on Saturday when we play them at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. First game against Everton was way back in 1897. It was a friendly match played at White Hart Lane, or wherever the Spurs Stadium was called in those days, I seem to forget, and we won 2-1. And since that time, home and away, we've played them in 194 games, competitive games. And during that time, Spurs have won 72. There's been 61 draws and 61 losses. And the goal scores for Spurs total 292 against 242. And we've also played them on 8 other matches, like friendly matches or pre-season stuff, not competitive games. And the record there is played 8, Spurs have won 1, we've drawn 2 and lost 5 of them, with a goals tally of 4-6 and against 16, so that's not too good. Probably the most famous game Spurs and Everton have had in recent years, or recent centuries even, was on the 11th of October 1958, which marked the start of a certain Mr. William Nicholson's term as Tottenham manager. And he certainly started things off with a bang, because we beat Everton 10-4 on that day, with Bobby Smith scoring 4 of the goals. So that was some start for him. I should say, amongst those other 194 games that I mentioned earlier, there was one game abandoned due to floodlight failure. Back in 1969, I think it was, the floodlight failure was at White Hart Lane in February. And the record in Bill Nicholson's time, just thought that would be interesting. Bill Nick, Spurs under Bill Nick played Everton 39 times between 1958 and 1974. We won 18, we lost 12, we drew 9, the goals for was 55 and the goals against 45. And in the Premier League alone since 1992, this is where we really have a good record against Everton. We played 64 times, we've won 30, 25 draws, which is quite a high percentage really, but we've only lost 9 times to them. And the goal tally in those games is 102 for Spurs, 62 for Everton. Now, since 2020, the more recent 4 or 5 years' time, we've played them on occasion 10 times. We won 4, lost 2 and drawn 4, with a goal tally of 19-4 and against 12. The leading scorer for Tottenham against Everton is, surprise, surprise, Harry Kane. Harry Kane loved playing Everton. He scored 15 times against them in his career at Tottenham, which is quite amazing, really. The nearest to him, I'll show you how far ahead in the goal scoring stakes was, the nearest to him was Robbie Keane with 6. And after that, there's a number of players scored 5, including Heung-min Son and Christian Eriksen. So that's a brief history. There is, I said, a lot of goodwill between Tottenham and Everton. We have a lot of players who have gone from one club to the other. I suppose the most recent being Dele Alli, and but we've also David Ginola had Everton connections, and yeah, you know, I find them the real part of Liverpool football. I think they're an honest to God, good, well-run club. Well, maybe not so well-run recently because they've had such trouble with the professional. The financial end of things, the points deductions and things like that. And their fans do feel that there's a bit of an agenda against them when the likes of Chelsea and Man City are getting away with murder. But anyway, let's hope that we insert a bit more misery into them on Saturday. I have a feeling Spurs are going to win this game comfortably. I think we go harping back to the Leicester match. We really should have won that match. It's unbelievable that we didn't. But anyway, here we go. Let's keep the faith. 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Always a good time to get a great crowd behind the team. And here's to a big win on Saturday. Come on, you Spurs.